Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent Amsoil dealer. Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight, including some live guests from, of all places, across the world and Australia. I'm really excited about this, and I even think they are too, which is really cool. We're going to get to that in a minute, but before we do, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us tonight, I hope you have a good time, and I hope you decide to circle back here each and every week to join us. We do this every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you. Pardon me. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we thank you so very, very much for that. We've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look, and then we'll bring our guests on. Regular viewers, Stacy and Art Fosler, says, looks and sounds good. They're viewing right now from Platkill, New York, and we thank you so much, Stacy and Art, for coming on. We really appreciate it. Let me change screens here, bring our friends on. Turn on all of the microphones. And I believe we're ready to party. Gentlemen, how are we all doing tonight?
We're good. Excellent.
Good deal.
Yeah,
and,
all pretty good. Pretty good.
Good deal. Good deal. So if for anyone who's been a regular viewer of this podcast, we've been having some footage on here from Australia. Dale and Terry each host their own cruise nights in different towns in Australia, and they've been sharing images and footage with us. We've been playing that on the podcast. Everyone's been enjoying that, and we managed to talk them into coming on to hang out with us live. 16-hour difference, but we made it work anyway. Yeah, Dale and Terry, do you have a moment to tell us about yourselves and what you guys do?
Yeah, I started the Whittlesea Cruise night. I'm Terry, by the way, for those who can't see the name tag.
Sure.
My wife and I started the Whittlesea Cruise night about 8 years ago. We actually just had our 8th anniversary. And it was just something that I decided to do to bring some life into a small country town. And it's just kicked on from there.
Wonderful. And then Dale, did you have any comments? Or
same sort of deal for me. I moved to another small country town not far from where Terry lives, and a couple of years ago, and I do a lot of photography, and was traveling around a lot of places to photograph cars at car shows. And I decided that we probably need to have something close by in town, and sort of just started up a cruise night very similar to Terry. And yeah, it's been going since the end of 2021, and it's just going, in leaps and bounds. And we both frequent each other's cruise nights, and friends come to both, and yeah, it's just kicked on really well.
Wonderful. So this is really starting to catch on. It sounds like people are really enjoying this.
Yeah, for sure.
There's only about 45 minutes between us. We're in different shires or counties, whatever you would call them. We call them councils over here.
Sure.
and our two councils sort of have a boundary line, so it's not that far between us. It's a nice country drive to come out here. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Virgil, any questions for our friends while we have a minute? Or?
I have no questions whatsoever. I guess my only question would be what's it like to drive a Holden?
Good question.
Is driving a Chev, only the Holden is probably a little bit smaller and the steering wheel's on the other side.
No.
Nice, nice. Well, with that in mind, let's take a look at the menu here, Ron. Item number 2. We're going to take a look at some footage from one of the Whittlesea Australia Cruise nights. This one happened just a month or 2 months ago in January. Let me get to where I need to be here. We'll pull that video up. Here it is right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so thank you so much to Plymouth Dale for that amazing footage. In fact, that car at the end, I think, wasn't that yours, Dale?
Yeah, that's mine, the red Plymouth. Yep.
Very nice. Plenty of tail fins in that video.
Yeah, I have a thing for tail fins.
Yeah, they're hard not to like. And we've got Rob on here now as well. How you doing tonight, Rob? Oh, let me turn your mic on. Sorry, that's my bad. Let's try it again. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing good. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, Rob.
All right.
Now, do you guys have car shows all year long? We can't up here. I'm in Canada, and I just talked to a neighbor of mine, and where his cabin is, they got 21 feet of snow so far this year.
Yeah,
you guys have shows all year long?
Yeah, we pretty much do. Wintertime, it dies down a little bit, but we don't have snow. So, and there's parts of Australia that are in sun in the wintertime, so it's fine. But where we are, we have a lot of shows all the way through, but more in the summer. But yeah, we don't have snow, so we don't have to worry about that.
Is your biggest problem the heat at the show?
Yeah, it can be in the summertime, the heat. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to run our cruise night all year round, and now we go away for a holiday over the winter and it shuts down. But there's just as many people turn up. It's just that it's not official.
Yes. Good.
Nice. Yeah, and being in the southern hemisphere, this is your summer now. You're probably just about to come into an autumn at this point, I would think.
Yeah, we've just
started autumn.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, I'd like to encourage the viewers, if you have any comments or questions for Dale and Terry, or for Rob and Virgil and I, for that matter, by all means, please ask questions, make comments. Before we go to the next video, did you have any thoughts, Virgil, on what we were looking at in that last video? Or
there was a group of 3 teal colored Chevys, like 51, 50, 49 Chevys there that looked pretty nice there. Then they had that maroon, really glossy one there. That one was pretty nice also. So yeah, they have some pretty nice cars in there.
For sure.
You didn't like that 32 Ford with the big motor sticking out of the hood with no fenders on it, all red?
Yeah, that was cool. For sure.
Had a lot of nice cars at both events. So.
I noticed that at your cruises, a lot of people are driving around. At our cruises, people come and park their car and get their lawn chairs out. But you guys have people on the sidewalk watching the cars go by and stuff like that.
They all got there very early, so that there was only still coming into town. Because usually by 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you can't find a parking spot, so you never leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
you want to get there early.
Stay there.
Yeah.
But we fill up the side streets. We fill up the main street. There's cars everywhere.
What night of the week do you do your
show? On the first Friday of each month. When you come over to visitors, you can come on the first Friday of each month and have a look at it. Dale's the second Saturday.
Yeah, so
you got to do it.
So it's good. The people who come to Terry can then come for another week, and they come to my one. So yeah.
Yeah,
it take me that long to get used to the time flight flying over.
Yeah, for sure.
I like over there, so I know what it's like.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we were just looking at was one of the shows that Terry hosts, the gentleman on your right in the upper right corner. Now we're going to take a look at an event that Dale hosts. So let me get that queued up. Let's look at the menu first here. We're on item number 3. Dale is in Whittlesea, Australia. He does a cruise night there. Here's one from last year, about a year ago. Let me get that queued up here. We'll take a look. And here it is. And we're back. If you're just joining us, we were just looking at some footage from a cruise night in Yay, Australia, and we've got the organizers of that event right here in the room with us tonight. What are the odds of that? And any questions for them? I'll give Virgil a chance to start. Is that your daughter with you, Virgil?
Yes, it is.
Hey there, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, here's Madison.
Cool deal.
Yeah,
Nice to
they
meet
had
you,
a
Madison.
nice Galaxy on there. Nice, I think it was like a '66 Galaxy on there,
Yeah.
and there was a few other cars on there that were just very, very nice there.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, get a good.
And I see California made its way in there with a lowrider, huh?
Yeah, that's a friend of mine who works at a rod shop. He's a painter, so he's had that car for a long time. So yeah, auto painter, and he's done that. I think he's had that car since he was in his early 20s, I think. So it's been painted like that for a long time. But yeah, nice car.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. And can you hear us now, Rob? Is this any better? Wonderful, wonderful. Now,
Yep,
Rob, did you have any
sounds back
questions
on.
about what we were just looking at?
Oh, you
Did
guys
you have
have
any
some
questions,
great
Rob?
cars over there. But my question
I think
is,
it's
when you take a car over, do you reverse? Do you change it over to a right-hand steering?
Well, no, we don't have to
You don't-
anymore. No, there used to be a rule years ago that you had to convert it to right-hand drive, but that's no longer. So you're able to register cars left-hand drive and drive them on a registration in Australia. Yeah.
It's just now it's a personal choice. I picked up a 51 pickup out of a museum in Mississippi in 2014, and it's now right-hand drive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's just my
Now,
choice.
if it's a right-hand drive car and it's a standard, like over in North America, your gas and brake is on the right-hand side of steering column, your clutch is on the left. Do you guys have the clutch and the brake
No.
on the same side?
Same configuration, yeah, same configuration with the pedals. It's just that the steering is on the other side. So yeah. And with the indicators and the wipers, depending on the model, but a lot of older cars are very similar. And yeah, I guess the older models were quite easy to convert to right-hand drive. They were very symmetrical dashboards, whereas later models are all like a cockpit almost. So they're far more expensive to convert to right-hand drive. So that's why you see a lot of older conversions, because they were more easily done. And we had a lot of right-hand drive versions of American cars in Australia as well. So you could swap dashboards and steering components and stuff quite easily. Yeah.
I worked in General Motors for 30 years, and there were certain cars we built that had automatically, you could switch over.
Yeah. Well, earlier, Chevys and stuff, we had a lot of GM products that were easily converted, but they were converted here from the factory, brand new right-hand drive. But if a lot of the later imports, you could bring in a car that we didn't have, for instance, like a convertible or something, and then you could source an older version of the same model in a right-hand drive, and it makes your conversion a little easier. But it's not a requirement anymore, so you can just register it left-hand drive if you want. So
I wonder if Reese or somebody would know, why does some country have right hand and the other country had left hand driving?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's
I think a lot of it, it's a lot of Australia is we followed England more than anything else, and all English cars were right-hand drive, so we sort of stuck with that. But
Canada's are British too, eh? But we followed US, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it has to do with
the US still have inches and foot too, eh?
I think it has something to do with the way your roads go.
Yeah, well, that's it.
The way you travel on the road.
Yeah, that's right. So if you're in most of Europe and US and all of that are all left-hand drive and travel on the right. Vice versa, English cars are like here in Australia, and I think Japan is the same. So that's why a lot of Japanese cars had imported here. So because because they were in the same configuration as Australia. So
sure. Are there businesses that specialize in doing those conversions?
Oh, there used to be. I don't know that there's that much of them now. I mean, if you bring in a new car, like if the car is 25 years or older, you don't need to convert it. But if it's a new car that you're bringing in from United States, then it's got to be converted before you can get it registered. And unlike over there, you can't just convert it and do what you think is safe. We have very, very, very strict rules over here, and we have to get an engineer's report. And that engineer has to be registered with, well, in Victoria, it's Vic Roads, which is motor registration or whatever you like to call it over there. And they have to be registered with that organisation to be able to engineer or sign off on any modifications on a car.
Gotcha. Now, we do have some comments coming in. Oh, did you have more on that, Terry?
No, we're fine.
Okay. And I encourage our viewers to please ask questions and make comments as we're going here, because it's really neat to see what people are doing in other parts of the world as far as the car scene. We've got my good friend Josh Leverker viewing tonight. How you doing tonight, Josh? Good to have you on. Also, our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler wondering if there are any limitations on horsepower over there. Excellent question.
Are there any limitations on horsepower?
No, I don't think so. I got a friend that's got a 56 F100 with a 454 in it. So, if you're going to make those sort of modifications, it must be engineered.
Sure.
It
and
has
the engineer will inspect it.
Just go around and do it.
Sure. And then I guess the observation I had watching that video is I have a soft spot for El Caminos, Rancheros, things like that. And I saw these. I took some screenshots. It's taking a minute to load here. I was wondering what this was, and also wondering what is taking a minute to load, at least from this end. Wondering what these vehicles are. Do you know anything about these?
It's a WB 1-tonner.
They're a Holden.
A Holden 1-tonner WB.
Both of them are Holdens. And we've had we call them utes. Might call them pickups, but ute is a short version of a utility, or a coupe utility is what it was originally. And yeah, they've been building those since the 30s. Ford sort of came out with them in Australia. So, your El Camino and your Ranchero sort of came out in the 50s, I think, for you. But we had a version, a car-based pickup version in Australia since the 1934. So if you go and have a good look around, you'll see a lot of earlier, especially early 50s Chevys, like your El Camino came out in 59. But there's earlier versions of that. You can get those, as you were mentioned earlier, Virgil. There was that early 50s Chevy. You can there's ute versions of those as well. So they're kind of interesting to Americans. Yeah,
for sure.
Just a little bit of trivia for you. The ute was actually designed in Australia, taken to a car manufacturer, and they weren't interested. So they took it to America, and Americans started to use them. Or build them, and then they realised that we could build them over here. So over in America, they're called a Ranchero or a ute. Over here, a Ranchero or a El Camino. But over here, they're called a ute.
Interesting.
But it was originally Australian design because a bloke wanted to do work on the farm on the weekend and take his wife to the shops during the week.
Yeah, very cool.
Or go to the beach with a surfboard.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still fit a surfboard in the back of them,
Yeah. Well, let's see here. We're on item number 3. No, I'm sorry, item number 4. We're going to take a look at a 1975 Ford Granada, and this is for sale by our friends over at B&B Auto Sales. Let me cue that up here, and we'll take a look.
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales. Today we're showing you our 75 Ford Granada. Kind of a cool aspect of a car 302 automatic, and there's none of these around. So got bucket seats, so kind of some neat options with the 302 V8 power steering, power brakes. Does not have air. Back in the 70s, that wasn't a main concern a lot of times. It's had a repaint. Looks like we got a little bit of paint right there that cracked on it. I don't believe it's, here that's metal, so I don't believe it's Bondo, but there you can see it's got the rally wheels. The rest of the paint's nice, it's not a show quality paint by any means. It's got a little orange peel, but nice driver quality car. Got the moldings on it. 14-inch tires. Original vinyl top. There you can see a little cracking in it, and then a little bit of where it's dried up on the back here. But overall, in pretty good shape. Interior's in good shape. So right there in the passenger seats, probably the worst spot there, and then missing the molding around there. I believe it is in the glove box, so I'll have to see if I can attach that. Headliner's in good shape. There you can hear the buzzer and see the dome light. Showing 52,745. Do not have any documentation. Just selling miles exempt, not actual or anything. So, I mean, you can see the originality of the car, a little bit of the staining in the door panel, and then a little bit of fading in the carpet. So, which makes it nice to show that it's a pretty original car. Like I said, there aren't any of these around anymore. They all got crushed and went by the wayside. So if you had one of these in high school, a two-door one, here's your chance to get another one. And I'll show you on the Marty report. Like I said, there you can see the vinyl top just drying up a little bit. But the body, for the most part, is in very nice shape. Got a couple little dings here. So, you know, it was probably done a while ago. There's the owner's manual. There's the Marty report, sold new in Connecticut. Just shows you the options. Shows you the breakdown. There's the $4,964 new. You can see that seat's okay, in good shape. Just a little bit on the driver's seat. There you can see some fading here. So, pretty cool car. You know, like I said, you don't see any of these. 302 automatic, so it goes down the road nice. Any questions? 605-695-7391.
So yeah, thank you to B&B Auto Sales for that footage. Very cool. Now, guys, do you know if that's the car that Ford was trying to compare to the Mercedes-Benz sedan when it came out in their advertising? Am I mixing that up with another car, or is that anyone have any recollection of that?
No recollection of that one.
Sure, I'll have to look that up. I've got stacks of magazines from the 70s. I'll have to look that up. I almost think that was the one, but
I'll say
cool.
One of my mom's boyfriends had one. That was one of the smoothest power steerings that you can just hit it, and it would just go, just twirl either way.
Oh, use a finger? Man. Yeah, nice.
It was just so much fun to drive, and it was like almost like a mini LTD, you know?
Sure. Nice. Rob, any thoughts? Or
I've seen nicer cars from that dealership.
It's true, yeah.
I'm not a big Ford fan.
Sure, it's true. It's not one of the nicer ones, but that's what I had available for footage.
They've had some pretty nice cars. I've gone on their site to look at some of the stuff they've had. Yes,
it's true, and we got something nicer later in the podcast. But Dale and Terry, before we go on, any reactions to that Granada, or do you get those out in Australia, or did you get those? I should say.
No. I haven't seen one that model. No,
they certainly weren't sold here. There could be a few imported, but they weren't sold here. Went from used. No.
Sure. Well, cool. Let's move on to our next item. We're on item number 5. We've got some announcements, and that means, of course, we're going to talk about AMSOIL, and going to put Rob full screen here, and he's going to talk to us about AMSOIL.
Okay, since we got the Australian people here, we're going to talk about the Z-Rod oil. AMSOIL has an oil that's still high zinc. Any car from 1980 and older still calls for the oil with the zinc in it. AMSOIL has an oil with 14 parts per million zinc in it. It runs 20 to 50 degrees cooler than regular oil on the market, and it still pours in cold weather. So it's an all-season oil, but it gives you more protection than what the petroleum oils do. You can't use it in new cars because the zinc is what causes the O2 sensors and catalytic converters to plug up and something. But for the older cars, it's perfect. And one of our great selling products, I'm doing a car show this weekend, and we got cases and cases of this stuff, is our AMSOIL Gear Lube. But what's neat about it is trying to get a bottle of oil to pour in the rear end. This will fit right in the rear end. You squeeze it, and 100% of the fluid comes out. 75 W90 gear lube for the rear ends. Now, Amsoil has a deal. We can sign up as a preferred customer, buy everything directly from Amsoil, save 25%. And every time you buy something, they give you if you buy $100 worth, they give you a $5 coupon. If you buy $100 worth, you're going to get free shipping right to your house. And on your birthday, they give you another $5. So when it comes time to renew, you can make enough money to get your renewal free. It costs you $10 to become for a customer, and you save 25% on all the products. And that's the best possible way to buy the Amsoil. Have it shipped right to your own house.
For sure. It's an incredible value. In fact, I had someone place an order a couple of weeks ago, and that $10 on the front end saved them over $50. So more than paid for itself right on the first order.
We won't ship to Australia.
True.
Not for free.
Sure. Now we've got a comment that's come in. Let's see. Here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler saying thumbs up to Rob on Fords. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's see here. We're on item number 6. We've got some more footage from the Whittlesea Australia Cruise nights. So let me get to the right place here. We're going to take some more. We're going to look some more here at. Oh, wait a second here. I made a little mistake here. Let me go back, and if you guys don't mind holding on a second here. I thought I had all my footage together, but apparently I did not. Well, I'm not seeing that, so I don't know what I did wrong, but I seem to have misplaced that footage. So instead, we're going to look at some more footage from the Yay Cruise night, October 6th of 2022, just a couple of months ago. And we're back. Yeah, some great footage there from the Yay Cruise Night back in October. Any reactions to that? I'll let Rob go first.
You guys have some nice cars over there. I'm doing a car show this weekend, an indoor car show. I think you guys got some nicer cars there than what we're going to have at the indoor show. How many cars do you have at average at one of your events?
We average at Yay probably over 200 usually, sort of between 180 and sort of 230, I suppose, is the average. But depends on the weather. Yeah, if the weather's really nice, then we get a good crowd. Yeah, definitely a good turnout.
Nice.
About the same, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
The advantage.
If you're ever going to come back over here, you got to let us know when you're going to come. You got to come like I think it's like the first week in August. We go to Louisville, Kentucky for a car show, and it's 1948 and older, and there's 10,000 cars there.
Yeah, cool.
10,000 cars. Wow.
Yeah, that's the NSRA one, the one you get in the magazine for, Mike.
Oh yes, yeah, the Street Scene magazine. Yeah,
Street Scene. Yeah,
that's an impressive organization for sure.
Yeah,
it's a lot of cars.
And Virgil, are you still with us?
Yep.
Cool. Any reactions to that video, or any thoughts or questions? Or
Yeah, there was some. What car was that I was looking at there? In the beginning, there was a couple of those Utes that you were calling them. It was like a yellow one.
Yeah, it was a 54 Ford sort of.
Yes.
And they were they called it, they had custom line and mainline. The Ute version was usually called a mainline here. So that was one of the ones that, as I was sort of saying, that came out before your Rancheros did, but that was a Ford built product based on a Ford car. So yeah, that came straight from Ford. That's not a conversion or anything. That's an original vehicle. So yeah, wow. And that's 53, 54, I think it was. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, because it had that roundish.
Yeah, we have a few of those here. Yeah, for sure. And they were all original. Yeah, they were brand new from the factory like that. So yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. And at the very end of that video clip, I noticed there was maybe like a 75-ish, give or take, El Camino, right at the very end there.
Yeah, there are a few of them around, a few El Caminos, not heaps. There's quite a few early sort of 60s, the 5960 El Camino. There's a few of those around that have been imported. They weren't sold here new, but there's a few of those getting around. Yeah.
Nice. And we do have a comment that's come in. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler say next weekend is Run to the Sun car show in South Carolina. 2,000 to 4,000 cars are going to be there, and he's going to be there as well.
Oh,
very cool. If you have a chance, Art, if you're able to get any kind of cell phone footage, we would love to see it and share it here on the podcast for everyone to enjoy. And just be sure and hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. If you have the ability, we'd love to see some of that footage if you're able to.
That's early for a car show.
Yeah, but I guess you go south and the weather is a little more agreeable.
They say run for the sun.
Yes. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. But I was able to find that Whittlesea footage that I was looking for. So let's play that now. And right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so more footage from the Whittlesea cruise night. Very nice, gentlemen. And any comments or questions? I'll let you go first, Virgil. Do you have questions for them about what we were looking at?
How many years did they make? How many years has Holden been in business?
Holden started in 1949.
Uh-huh.
Well, making cars. Holden were coach builders before that, but they used to make. Well, I've got a 34 Chev at home that's a Holden body.
Okay.
So they were cars back then,
Uh,
but they were building Australian versions of American cars.
okay. Are they pretty much all Chevy motors, or do they have some with Ford motors, or?
Yeah, they were made. So yeah, from sort of 48, 49, they were badged as a Holden. So before that, they were coach builders building other makes. But then after 48, they were Holden brand. And they finished, so then they were taken over by General Motors from that point onwards. And then they survived as a brand until 2017, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so they don't actually build them anymore. It's actually they've finished. So we don't. Car manufacturing from Holden is finished. So
we don't have a car manufacturing industry in Australia anymore. Ford have pulled out those Holden and Toyota.
But yeah, at one time we had quite a lot of different manufacturers in Australia, but Holden was the last one, and that's it. So.
Wow! And those were circling back. Those were GM engines and the newer Holdens.
Yeah.
Once GM took that over.
Yeah, and we had our old engine. We had own designers in Australia. All the bodies, like it was, a lot of it was crossover. A lot of stuff was imported. You know, even some of the stuff that was produced here was rebadged as Pontiacs and sent to America. So you know, we had a Holden Monaro, and then you had the a Pontiac
GTO, I think.
GTO.
Mid 2000s.
Yeah, so that was an Australian design car that sort of made its way back to America, which is kind of a turnaround. But yeah, there was that sort of backwards and forwards with that bit of badge engineering over the years.
Sure. And Rob, any comments or questions? Or
I got a picture here of a 2021 last Holden car they were going to make, and
let me put your full screen.
Up there for you.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Commodore U.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice looking car.
I've ordered a 2024 new Chevy electric pickup. Guess what it looks like?
Does it look like
that?
I think it's an Australian design.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, well, we live on somewhere. That's good.
I hope so. That's a sharp looking. The nice lines on that.
I can remember when I was over there in 2014, we were at a market. I don't remember what state it was in, but a guy.
But they're calling this new one a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Do you have El Caminos over? I mean, what's the one's called? Avalanche.
No, do we have?
It's like a pickup truck, but the back window folds down, so you can put an 8-foot sheet of plywood in.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Okay.
We don't have those.
Yeah. But if it rains or something like that, you're in trouble. If you drive it in the wintertime, you're awful cold when it's down like that. That's going to be a design of that new vehicle. The back windows, it's going to be a 4-door. The back window's going to fold down. The seats fold down, but you can still fit something in the back of the truck.
When I was over there in 2014, we saw a guy pull up in this market, and he had a red ute. And I said to him, "I like your ute." And with that, he showed me that the back folded down, the roof folded off it, and it became a convertible. Absolutely awesome vehicle. I have seen them here occasionally. There's a few over here now. But,
now, that last video you showed, a lot of our car shows here, we have a lot of Mopar. Because in 1968, Mopar's what got General Motors and Ford moving when they came out with the Super Bs and their Stinger. Like Ford had to increase the Mustang, and General Motors had to improve the Camaro because Mopar was taking over the business. And then they kind of like died out for a while. Then in 2016, 17s, or maybe 2017, Mopar started improving again and coming out with their
the Challengers and Chargers,
Hellcats and Challengers. So Mustang, they had no choice. They had to improve their horsepower to try to keep up with them. So everybody was always trying to keep up with Mopar. But the last video I seen, you only had 2 Mopars in it. But Mopars are big at our shows, especially the ones with the big high wings on the back, the Super Bs.
Yeah.
They look really. You walk down a car show, you can see where the Super B is. There's that big wing.
There's a few of those in Australia, but you don't see them too often. They were fully
Sure.
imported. They were never sold here, new. But I think Ford and Holden here was the big. We did have Chrysler Corporation stuff here as well, Mopar, but it was always the third tier. I think the Ford and Holden was number one, probably Ford number two, and then Chrysler products after that. So
Yeah.
Well, here in my opinion, I think it's Chrysler who got the other companies to start improving their cars.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, the
That
other two
had-
pickup trucks in there that had really big front ends on them, I don't know if it was an international logo on the front.
Oh yeah, the cab over, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we see that around in both of
Were
our
they
cruises.
internationals?
COE, yeah.
Yeah,
Good looking vehicles.
very cool.
Nice.
Dale and I both drive Dodges or Chrysler.
Plymouth, I've got.
Yeah, Plymouth. It's, but you would have seen mine in Dale's video at the Yay Cruise night. Had the little caravan on the back of it.
Oh yes, yeah.
The 66, what you would call Plymouth Fury, but over here it was branded as a Dodge Phoenix.
Sure.
Shipped out to Australia and assembled in South Australia.
Yeah,
So it was
nice.
factory right-hand drive. I don't know, is yours right or left-hand?
Mine's left, but mine was imported. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did produce them over here, but they brought them out and assembled them here.
Nice.
The Australian version of them.
Sure. Now, for anyone who's been following this podcast here the last hour and are curious about what Dale and Terry are doing, there are links in the description to Dale's YouTube channel, and then Terry does the Whittlesea Cruise Night Facebook page, and there are links to both of those entities in the description. So if you like what you've been viewing here tonight, that's a good way to follow up and learn more about all that. And those are both excellent, both Dale's YouTube channel and Terry's Facebook page. I encourage you to take a look at that. And any final comments before we switch gears and take a look at that last video? Or
Great show you guys are doing, putting on your cruises.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, for sure. This is great. And it's nice too to spend time with other car lovers, because the thing about this podcast is we all do this because we love car shows and cruise nights. And it looks like there's people on the other side of the world that enjoys that scene as much as we do. And it's nice to connect with people from other parts of the world and find out we've got a whole lot in common.
Definitely.
Very cool. So the last item here is number 8. We're going to look at a 1970 Pontiac GTO, and this is for sale by our friends out near Chicago at MGM Classic Cars. Now, there's no spoken word in this video, but once you hear the engine, you'll see that there are no spoken words necessary. Let's take a look. We'll let the car do the talking. And it's taking a moment to load here. I hope that doesn't crash my browser. There we go. So yeah, thank you so much to our friends over at MGM for that that awesome footage. Dale and Terry, any reactions to what we were just looking at there?
I like the way it talks.
Yes, especially when he came around the back there. The exhaust note was really nice back there.
It certainly sounds nice.
For sure, for sure. Rob, any reactions or?
I don't think that was a factory cam in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
sure.
Isn't that the shop that has the 350 cars in it?
It is. Yes. And I
Yes.
noticed he had a couple of Chevelles in there and a Camaro and
Camaro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Virgil, any thoughts or?
I just say it sounds like somebody's gurgling for water back there. Like they got like, somebody's drowning back there with that car. And also too, didn't that car come with like a factory optional tack on the hood?
I think it did. I know some of the Pontiacs did. Yeah. An external tack on the hood. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It might have been the GTO.
Yeah.
But
I did like that, especially those hood scoops. They did, that everything about that just looks nice.
yeah, from every angle, that's a sharp looking ride for sure. For sure. Well, cool. So we're at the top of the hour. We've come to that time where it's time to wind down the podcast. We'll go around the circle. Any final thoughts, Dale and Terry?
No, I'm just happy that you've had us on and we've able to talk a bit about what we do in Australia. Terry?
Yeah, it's nice to finally get to meet you. It's about 12 months ago, I think you contacted me. And
Yes.
so it's been really nice to finally get to say hello face to face. And to both Rob and Virgil, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
For sure. And Virgil, any thoughts or?
Hey, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Can you tell me the lotto numbers for today?
That's right. It's already tomorrow over there.
What are my current events? What's about to happen today? Can you tell me?
Totally.
But yeah, everything's been great. Thank you, fellas.
No worries, guys. Take care.
Sure. And Rob?
Thanks for coming on, you guys. It was great because we've seen your videos for a while now and been looking forward to having you guys come on. It's nice to see that other people are enjoying cars just like we are.
We hope to get some more videos and stuff to you in the future. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a break over our winter, but there'll still be some videos that we can share. So all good.
Good.
Yes. Please share videos anytime you have something. We'd love to see it. Yeah. And thanks so much for coming on. And please don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you on here every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
Too easy, Mike.
Cool deal. All right. Well, great seeing you guys. Thanks to everyone here on the panel. Thanks to the viewers. Really appreciate it. And as always, we give our last word to our friends at AMSOIL. Have a good one, everybody.
Mike.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good one. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero.
Wow.
If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear loop? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now, let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.